What does it feel like to be the winner of an award in recruiting?
Oh, it feels awesome.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Healthcare professionals can lead their careers with LinkedIn. Discover jobs by specialty, preferred shifts, and even desired salary. From mental health therapists to radiology technicians, it's now faster and easier for healthcare professionals to find the right fit. Learn more at linkedin.com/healthcare. Side effects may include faster job placement, improved work-life balance, and increased career satisfaction.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Small Talk Window podcast, where we have 10-ish minutes to dispense with the small talk as quickly as possible and settle into a meaningful conversation related to the world of work. My guest for today's episode is Kathleen Armbruster, who is Director of Talent Acquisition at Studio Science and winner of the June 2024 Recruiter of the Month Award from Qualify, whose job interview platform she uses. Welcome, Kathleen.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me here. I really appreciate it. Excited to talk about what I'm doing, why Qualify plays an important role, and just the talent acquisition network in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very, very excited to have you. And again, congratulations on the award.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. So maybe you could just tell us a little bit about Studio Science and what it is you do there, and just maybe the sort of 50,000 foot view of how you got into recruiting and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, Studio Science is an all-in-one customer experience or CX design consultancy. We really focus on blending the roles of design consulting and technology consulting, so it's full service services firm. For me, I've been working in that kind of an environment for several years, professional services. Some of it's been IT, some of it's been other areas, but it's been exciting because it's different than hiring for lots of different kinds of companies. It's been challenging but fun. I really have been in recruiting and in HR roles for almost 15 years. Really, the last handful of years have been predominantly really focused on talent acquisition or recruiting, though. So while I still have this HR brain that I've been growing up with for a long time, and I really do love, I have the opportunity to do the thing that I'm best at right now at Studio Science, which is being their recruiting leader. It's a role that never was at the company. Yes, recruiting got done for sure, but it was never a leadership role at the organization until earlier this year. I said, hey, I'd like this role. I think I can do this. I think this, and this is really important and we should do it. So that's what we did. And I
Awesome.
got into the role, and that's what I do is just, I'm our one-stop shop, team of one, recruiting resource that focuses on all talent coming into the organization and how they get there.
Oh, that's phenomenal. That's just a great story. That's a real go-getter story. Congratulations. My
Thanks.
hat is off to you.
Thanks.
Yeah, and sort of the having the HR brain that's the first time I've heard that put that way. I haven't have the HR brain, but it made total sense. I might use that in the future, and I will quote you.
Oh,
Uh,
great.
let's get into this. What does it feel like to be the winner of an award in recruiting?
Oh, it feels awesome because, and really this specifically feels awesome because how I found out that I had won this or been awarded this was I had been on PTO at the end of May and then coming back, one of the first emails I'm digging out in my inbox and I'm going through and it says, hey, you're the June Qualified Recruiter of the Month. And I was like, I wish I could always come back from PTO and win an award. Like what a great thing. Like you're already kind of refreshed from being on PTO. And then it's like, boom, award. And you're like, yes, this is double. This is twofold of excitement coming back and feeling awesome and also winning an award. So it felt really great. Like I said, it's a team of one and it's not a role that the company's had before. So there's not a lot of, hey, this is how it should look. This is how it should be. It's this is what Kathleen's doing and this is why it's working or why it's not and how we're course correcting. So to get that kind of recognition and be nominated by my boss, our chief operating officer, John O'Blaisney, nominating me to getting that recognition, I was just like, this is working. This is good. It's maybe not something I had a cookie cutter or a map to do all myself, but it is working and people are noticing. And I don't know, that feels really good to get recognition like that. So.
Oh, I bet it does. And one thing I'm picking up from what you're saying, it's kind of a nice segue into what I want to talk about next with you is, there's no set sort of cookie cutter way. You kind of had to figure it out, like
Yeah.
carve your own path. Or I'm thinking of the first guy who ever walked what's now the Appalachian Trail. He did it with he had a machete there. You have said, and of course we mentioned it a few minutes ago, that finding top talent is kind of like hunting for treasure, which is also kind of you have to look at these weird maps, and I'm thinking about pirates, and we're not talking about pirates today, of course. But what is it? How is it like looking for treasure? Can you let's do that a little bit?
Yeah, it's like that, and I've said that before. It's like that, and it's something that I put it that way because I want people to know how motivating it is and how invested I am in those kinds of searches. Maybe not all recruiters that work everywhere and fill all kinds of roles will show up the same way. In fact, they absolutely don't. But for me, I describe it that way because I feel like that's what it is for me, because at the end, there is a big reward and payoff is finding someone great. But also like that shows my level of commitment to like, I am invested in this. I'm going to put a plan together. There is something in front of me where it's not like a treasure map is that sometimes it's not very clear. But an old nasty treasure map that you found, right? We see those in the movies and stuff. Those aren't always clear either. So
No.
It very much can be like that. And I think
tonight on NBC, Jimmy Fallon and Bozoma St. John host the highly anticipated new competition show.
I hired 10 creatives from all walks of life. They will be battling it out to see who can impress the world's biggest brands.
This is a huge opportunity.
This is the battle for the next big idea.
This is not play.
We're spending millions of dollars.
I'm so excited to embark on this adventure with all of you.
May the best idea win!
On Brand with Jimmy Fallon, series premiere tonight on NBC.
When your investors, customers, and workers demand more from your business, make it happen with SAP. The AI-powered capabilities of SAP can help you streamline costs, connect with new suppliers, and manage payroll, even when your business is being pulled in different directions. To deliver a quality product at a fair price, while paying your people what they're worth too, so your business can stay unfazed. Learn more at sap.com/uncertainty.
It's like that for me because, and I use that example a lot because there's not a lot more fulfilling as a recruiter or a search leader than being told by a business or even being part of helping identify in a business, hey, we need to fill a role. There's a gap of some sort, either by someone leaving or business coming in. Something's going on where we need a person to come in and do X, Y, and Z. And usually it's more than X, Y, and Z, but there's an idea there and we need to do it. So going from that very little idea all the way through a process to get an entire human to say, sure, I will join your team. And knowing that they can do that by going through a vetting process and meeting people along the way, there's not a lot of greater fulfillment that I found in my career than doing that kind of search. And sometimes they're quick and sometimes they're fast and sometimes they're so long and sometimes they're not hard at all. Sometimes somebody just says, here's a person, this is great. And it works out. Yeah. Sometimes it's not. And, but that makes it even more fulfilling at the end when you finally do fill the role with the right person and then look out, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 2 year. And you're like, oh, wow, it worked and they're here and it's great. So, yeah.
What I'm hearing from you and it's, I'm like the metaphor guy and the analogy guy, but the treasures you find by accident that are awesome, those feel great. And the ones that you really had to try hard to locate and those feel great too. Yeah. And and the ones that take a long time to find and a lot of effort, that there can be ups and downs in that process. Just recruiting can be hard, right? It's
Oh
not,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, like it can be, you need a certain sort of constitution as a person to kind of, to weather it, right?
Yeah.
You got, and I mean, it's not exactly like sales at all, but there's a similarity, right? In terms of, there are definitely differences, but it's a lot of sort of prospecting and there's a lot of trial and error and
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Well, it's
you don't know.
humans. And
Yes.
they're completely unpredictable. You
Mhm.
and I are, anybody I talk to is like, it's not, it's very unpredictable business, but if you can set up, some guiding lights or some guiding points and a constitution, you can keep your mind right, which in and of itself is a super challenging thing to do, then you more often than not are going to look back and be like, I've had a successful career as a recruiter. And that's what I have to remind myself a lot, like, especially when we're in tough roles, tough positions to fill. It's like, you've done this so many times before, like you're going to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, like those pep talks, those impromptu pep talks that you get from your network of people, your people. And we've had conversations about this before, having the podcast episode today, where you've talked about that need for a support network of people to really be successful in recruiting, and how Qualify has been sort of a part of that support network for you. Can you kind of get into that a little bit? And by the way, we're at sort of the unofficial 2-minute warning, but we have a little
Okay.
bit of we have some leeway here.
Cool. No, I can absolutely say it's, and it's not like a one-to-one type of situation where Qualify has absolutely given me a candidate and I've hired them or something like that. It's more so, as a recruiter, you really want to know and see that there are other people out there that care about hiring people in a way that you do. It's very motivating. It's very uplifting. It makes you want to stay in the game and do the good things that your company needs you to do that you're good at. And by seeing people like Qualify out there and the people that belong there caring so much about hiring and hiring correctly and right and in an unbiased way and fairly, it gives me more motivation to be like, yes, I'm going to uphold those principles too. I've got peers out here that care about it with me. And certainly there's individuals in my life as well, but they are a good example of living in this space and being a good example and just contributing goodness to this space that makes me want to show up and still be a part of it. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's so great to have a partner like that,
Yeah.
and in your vendor or even in your your professional network or
Yeah.
whatever, people you can rely on and also who are like-minded and that you can sort of you can turn to, not point to, turn to,
Yeah.
and know that you're going to have a meaningful conversation around what you do and you're going to feel validated and
Mm-hmm.
all of that. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know, this is crazy, but we actually did this in exactly 10 minutes.
Good. Great.
Can you believe it?
I'm a very high achiever, so I'm actually not surprised.
We're all professionals here. Yes, absolutely. Um, that was a wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us for the podcast, Kathleen. We
Yeah.
really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.